Hi guys, William Morris here, and today we're going to be taking a look at a new library from Heavyocity called Ostinato Textures. So the library is made for both the full and player version of Kontakt 7.10.5 or above, and it will take up just over 6 gigabytes of your hard drive space. It's currently on intro sale for $119, moving to a full price of $149. Today I'm actually doing things a little bit differently to normal, as I've written a quick demo with the library and a few sounds from my own Grizzly audio sample pack origins. So all the tracks in green are from Ostinato Textures, so here's the library. And I've also added just a few sound design and percussion elements from Origins. So percussion's in red and sort of sound design stuff's blue, and then we've got a few risers in the pink. With my little desktop synth, the SEO2, I've also just added this sub bass which sits under the cello line. But let's take a listen to the full track and then I'll go through some of the individual string parts. So there we are, really short, simple cue. I've tried to sort of write it around what I see as the purpose of this library, which is kind of adding these rhythmic ostinato textures into stuff. So the track just follows this sort of really simple repeating chord pattern. And mainly what I'm doing to sort of develop a little bit of interest is just to change up the rhythmic patterns and also switch up the arrangement of the parts as well. So I'll go through the track again, but this time we'll listen to some of the individual elements. So that's some of the main elements of the track. I'll just jump into showing you some of the rest of the library now. So the library is divided into these 4 main patches. We have the violin, the violas, the cello, and a Ostinato texture designer, which is kind of for your more hybrid sort of sounds. So I'm currently on the violin simple patch, and you can access all the different ones from the quick load menu here. And the rhythms have 3 categories. So we have our complex rhythms, simple rhythms, and triplet rhythms. Each one of these also has the different mic mixes. To be honest, I think this menu might have been cleaner with just the rhythms and left the mic mixes to the UI here, because you can change them. We have a close room and hall mics, and then a full mix one as well. So once you've chosen your category of rhythm, it loads them all into these banks here. So first rhythm we have is a offbeat crescendo. Then we have accented eighths. dynamic eighths. And that was the shifting eighths there. The mod wheel is tied to this big dynamics control in the center, but I'm not actually sure there's any different dynamic layers. I think it might just be volume because they do sound similar across the range. But I have used that dynamics control in the track just to give it a little bit more variance for some of the patterns. So for the rest of the simple rhythms, we have some driving eighths, cinco accent, subtle gallops, and ticking sixteenths. So these are all the different simple rhythms. Next up we have some of the complex rhythms, but I'll just take a listen to those on the violas instead. And we have some rising gallops, we have swift sixteenths, cinco gallops, five-ish, four and three, flautando sixteenths, decay trems, and relent trems. So these are all a lot more interesting rhythm-wise, but obviously the trade-off there is trying to get them to fit into an existing track. Might be a bit more difficult, but these are kind of more cue starters that you can build from. So that was some of the complex sounds. The final category is the triplet rhythms. And I'm just going to choose the close triplets because these are the ones I kind of use mostly in the demo track I did. The triplets is actually a much smaller category as well. You only get half the amount of rhythms than before. So this one is the quarter note triplet. We have some eighth notes. So yeah, that's why I kind of went for these, because they were a basic rhythm, but with a kind of interesting accent. This is the driving triplets. And the last one is this bouncing triplets. So that's actually all the different rhythms that are available, and I'll just show you the texture designer. And so what this is doing is pulling the rhythms from the other categories and layering them together and doing some additional processing on top. You can cycle through the different sounds in the quick load menu. So we've got two categories. We have organic and hybrid, and the organic category is then sort of subdivided into all the different rhythms and mix options as we had from the previous patches. So you have the full ensemble playing together in complex, simple or triplet rhythms. We have combo patches and then the section combos. So let's take a listen to it as the full ensemble. So essentially these patches are just combining for you different elements from the patches before. They're almost like a quick start sort of option. But let's take a listen to a few of the hybrid ones. So as you can hear, a lot more processing on the hybrid ones. And as you can see, some of these are ARP patterns which have been programmed in as well. So I hope that gives you an idea of what the library has to offer. I think the most useful part for me is going to be actually some of the simple rhythms, because these are the ones I feel are going to be most easy to add as a layer to an existing track. But they do bring an extra sort of sense of realism and some more kind of interest in the way they've been accented. I think, to be honest, I probably would have preferred the whole of the library just to be lots of variations of these simple rhythms. And maybe that could have been expanded into some sort of less common time signatures, because things like the triplet menu, so you only really get these 4 different rhythms to choose from. I do really like the sound of them though. I mean, I think if I'd have tried to do the demo track with just straight sort of multi-sampled libraries, it wouldn't have had the same sort of realism to it. When you start to push some of the rhythms up into more extreme tempos and situations, you can start to hear a bit of that artifacting come in, because obviously I think these are being time stretched within the engine. But in a more common tempo range, I've not really noticed that. I do think this will be really useful as a layering library though. So yeah, that's going to wrap it up from me. Any questions, just let me know in the comments, and if not, I'll see you again on the next one.